Hello, everybody. I'm Jordan Rocco, and I'm bringing you another episode of the World of Sports podcast. Before we get into the show, I'd like to address something that is much, much bigger than sports. I'd like to send my prayers and condolences to the families of the victims who are affected in the Parkland High School shooting. That is just terrible to hear something like that happen, and I send my prayers to anybody affected or involved in that. Now, let's get into the show. Today, we're going to be talking about All-Star Weekend, which is this weekend. It begins Friday, February 16th. The first event is Celebrity Game at 7 p.m. And before I get it straight into the show, I just want to address what I'm doing. I'm going to tell you all about the participants in each event, the order of each event, the schedule, and I'm going to give my prediction. So now, let's get into that. First event at 7 p.m. on Friday. There will be two events on Friday, but the first one is the Celebrity Game. It's going to be Team Lakers against Team Clippers, the Battle of Los Angeles, since All-Star Weekend is in Los Angeles. And the participants in that on Team Lakers are Caleb McLaughlin, who is actor in Stranger Things, Jerry Ferrera, who is most known from being a part of Entourage, the TV show, Rachel Demita, NBA 2K TV host, Nick Cannon, very known guy. I'm sure I don't really need to explain him too much. Drew Scott, Property Brothers co-host, but his brother's not involved in it, so that's kind of weird. But next one is Chris Wu. He's an actor and singer. Sterling Brem, who is a co-host of the show Ridiculousness. Terrence Crawford, pro boxer. Tracy McGrady, all-time basketball great. That makes it kind of worth watching because, Tracy McGrady, one of the best of all time, Hall of Famer. And it'll just be interesting to watch him play some basketball. Nate Robinson, who is my all-time favorite NBA player. He was in the league for 11 years. Short guy, but man, he could dunk. 3-time dunk champion. But next participant on Team Lakers is Candace Parker, 2-time WNBA MVP. And the final one is the Bucks co-owner, Mark Lazary. Now, Team Clippers, Miles Brown, who is actor in Blackish, Brandon Armstrong, who many of you have seen his impressions. B-Dot, he is on social media. Dasha Polanco, she is a part of Orange is the New Black. Anthony Anderson, Blackish actor. Andre DeGrasse, Olympic sprinter. Jamie Foxx, actor, singer, comedian, very known. Bubba Watson, pro golfer, won the Masters twice. Common, who is a rapper, very known as well. Paul Pierce, another NBA legend. His jersey was recently retired for the Boston Celtics. Actually, that happened this week. 10-time NBA All-Star, NBA champion. Next up is Jason Williams, White Chocolate, 12-year NBA veteran. Stephanie Dolson, 2-time WNBA All-Star. And Win Butler, former MVP of this Celebrity Game, and Arcade Fire lead singer. Now, that should be an interesting one. I'm not going to make a prediction on this one because, you can't really predict. I don't know how these celebrities are going to play. But, again, that we can predict on is the Rising Stars game, which is the U.S. against the world. So, players that were born in the U.S. are on the U.S. team. I don't think I have to explain this. I hope you get this. But it's at 9 p.m. Now, on the U.S. team, and just so you know, Rising Stars are for rookies and sophomores in the league. Now, Lonzo Ball was supposed to be a part of it, but he was injured, so his replacement is De'Aaron Fox. This came out today, so breaking news. Next up is Kyle Kuzma, 27th pick in the NBA draft this season, so that's interesting that he gets to be part of this. Kuzma has been a baller for the Lakers. Another Laker player, Brandon Ingram, he is in his second year in the league. Donovan Mitchell, who has a rookie. He's been a star this year. Many 40-point performances. He's just been a stud for the Utah Jazz. Next up is Dennis Smith Jr. and another stud. He's a rookie. Jaylen Brown, second-year player for the Celtics, who's been pretty good this season. Another Celtics player, Jason Tatum. Rookie Chris Dunn, who is a second-year player, along with John Collins and Taurean Prince, who both play for the Atlanta Hawks. And on the world team, we have Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Dario Saric, which they are all on their second year in the league. Joel Embiid missed his rookie season because he was injured, so last year was technically his rookie season, and now he's in his sophomore season. Joel Embiid's also an all-star, so that's interesting. He gets to participate in both of that. And he's in a skills challenge, so he's in a lot. But yeah, the 76ers have 3 rising stars. They have great potential on that team. Lauri Markkanen, he is on the Chicago Bulls, great rookie. He's had a pretty great season. Jamal Murray on his second year in the league, playing for the Denver Nuggets. He played last year in the Rising Stars game. I could be wrong if he was the MVP, but I know he really balled out last season. I remember watching him. Domantas Sabonis for the Indiana Pacers. He is on his second season. He played for the Thunder last year, but he got traded in the Victor Oladipo for Paul George trade in the summer. Next up is Frank Ntilikina of the New York Knicks, rookie, along with another rookie, Dylan Brooks. He was drafted late in the NBA draft. He could have been in the second round. I could be wrong about that, but I know if he wasn't in the second round, then late first round. He plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. Second-year player Buddy Hield for the Sacramento Kings. He's another player that was drafted his rookie season. He played for the New Orleans Pelicans. Now he's on Kings. Another Kings player, the Kings have 3 rising stars, and the third is Bogdanovic. He's a rookie. He's a good shooter. And my prediction, I'm going to have to go with the U.S. team. I feel this will be a really close game. It's really hard to tell, but I just feel the U.S. team has an upside. But we'll just have to find out, not tomorrow, but Friday. Now, the next event is Saturday is action-packed. This is the day I'm most excited for because just so many interesting events. First one will be the Taco Bell Skills Challenge. And this starts off the night. It's at 8 p.m. And the participants are going to be Spencer Dinwiddie for the Brooklyn Nets. Then we have Joel Embiid, the all-star and rising star. It'll be interesting to see how he participates in this because when it comes to skills challenge, it's like a course you have to complete. We'll have a clip of people doing it so you get a better understanding of it. And there's going to be multiple rounds, and whoever completes it the fastest wins. And he's a big man, so he's not too fast. But if he can just knock down the shots, he should be good. Another big man, Al Horford, NBA veteran. Lauri Markkanen, who is also in the Rising Stars game, rookie. Buddy Hield, another rising star, along with Jamal Murray. A lot of young guys in this event. Andre Drummond, who is an all-star. We'll talk more about that. And Lou Williams of the Los Angeles Clippers. And my prediction, last year was Kristaps Porzingis, and I'm going to have to go with a player you can't be like Kristaps because he's one of a kind, but Lauri Markkanen, I'm going to have to go with him. He's a good shooter. I feel this is another one that's hard to predict because just these players, anybody can show up and it's a course, so I feel like any of them could win this, but I'm going to have to go with Lauri. Now, following the skills challenge is the 3-point shootout. And reigning champion Eric Gordon of the Houston Rockets is a part of this. Everybody in this event is considered one of the best shooters in the league, but Eric Gordon, if not the best shooter, definitely up there. Along with Klay Thompson, who is another champion, not last year, but the year before. Bradley Beal, who that'll be interesting because a couple years ago, I don't think he won, but I know he came runner-up. I believe Marco Bellinelli won. This could have been in 2015, I believe. But yeah, I remember watching him, and he could be if he shows up, he can definitely win that. Now, Paul George, another good shooter. Kyle Lowry of the Toronto Raptors. Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns. Now, Devin that dude can shoot, and I think he's my prediction to that one. I believe he participated in the last year, and he did really good. He just didn't come up with the win. But this year, I got Devin Booker winning it. Wayne Ellington of the Miami Heat, that's an interesting contestant. He hasn't played in this 3-point shootout before, and Tobias Harris of the Los Angeles Clippers. And then the final event of the night, the main event, the most interesting one, I believe. Just depends what you like. But last year, it really wasn't that interesting, but it's the dunk contest. There's 4 participants of it. First one is Victor Oladipo of the Indiana Pacers, Larry Nance Jr. of the Cleveland Cavaliers, who was recently traded to Cleveland on the trade deadline from the Los Angeles Lakers, Dennis Smith Jr. of the Dallas Mavericks, and Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz, who is replacing injured Aaron Gordon. He has a hip injury. And I'm going to have to go with Larry Nance Jr. winning this contest. And that's only because I've seen Larry dunk. I've seen him dunk over many players. And I see him winning this game. He's very athletic, and it'll be interesting to watch. But let's just say my prediction is Larry Nance Jr. Now, Sunday, the final event of All-Star Weekend, what it's all about, the All-Star Game. And I have to admit, I think it's really interesting how All-Star Weekend has all these events. That's what makes it interesting. If it was just a game, it really wouldn't be that interesting. But it's going to be Team LeBron against Team Steph. And Team LeBron, I have to admit, when I saw who LeBron drafted, and this is a new format the NBA is doing, usually they have the fans vote, and they still did for the starters. But this year, LeBron and Stephen Curry, instead of having East and West, LeBron and Stephen Curry had a pool of players, and they got to draft out of that. And LeBron's team, sadly, was filled with injuries. 4 of those players who he drafted are unable to play. DeMarcus Cousins, who's out for the entire season, along with Kristaps Porzingis, who's also out. John Wall and Kevin Love are just out for a couple weeks, but still, any injury is sad. And it sucks that they are unable to participate in it. But here's the roster for Team LeBron. Starting at point guard, his former teammate, Kyrie Irving of the Boston Celtics. This is his 5th All-Star appearance, along with Anthony Davis, who I believe will be playing the power forward position of the New Orleans Pelicans. This is his 5th All-Star appearance. But the reason why I'm not sure he's going to be playing power forward or center is because usually they don't have like a center starting at center in the All-Star game, but this year they were planning on having DeMarcus Cousins, but he got injured, so the starter will be announced on the day of. Of course, LeBron James is starting. Even if it wasn't his own team, he'd be starting. He's, if not the best, one of the best players in the league. This is his 14th All-Star appearance, and of course we know the King plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Kevin Durant, this is interesting. I'm surprised he drafted him. This was his first pick, actually, they said. But he plays for the Golden State Warriors. Snake. I'm a Thunder fan, so I don't like KD. But this is his ninth year being a part of the All-Star team. And the reserves. Bradley Beal, his first year, plays for the Washington Wizards. Goran Dragic, Miami Heat, his first year. They both got in because of the injuries. Well, I know Goran was a replacement. I don't know for sure about Bradley, though. And another replacement, Andre Drummond, who plays for the Detroit Pistons, his 2nd All-Star appearance. Victor Oladipo, arguably the most improved player, playing for the Indiana Pacers, his first All-Star season, and just a credible year by Victor Oladipo. He's been scoring great for the Indiana Pacers, and it'll be interesting to see how he performs on a team filled with All-Stars. Well, they're all All-Stars, of course, but Paul George of the Oklahoma City Thunder, his 5th All-Star appearance. He's a replacement. I remember that because I was unhappy that he wasn't on the team, but luckily he got on. Well, it's not lucky because the player got injured, but yeah, I like Paul George. Russell Westbrook, Oklahoma City Thunder, 6th All-Star appearance, the reigning MVP. Now, Kemba Walker, his 2nd All-Star appearance, who plays for the Charlotte Hornets. And the final All-Star on Team LeBron is LaMarcus Aldridge of the San Antonio Spurs, and this is his 6th All-Star appearance. Now let's get into Team Steph. Starting at point guard, Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors, his 5th year being an All-Star. James Harden at shooting guard for the Houston Rockets, his 6th year. DeMar DeRozan of the Toronto Raptors, his 4th year. Giannis Antetokounmpo, his 2nd All-Star appearance of the Milwaukee Bucks. The Greek Freak, this guy, he's just insane. He's a great player, very deserving of being an All-Star. I'm glad he's a starter. Now, Joel Embiid, his 1st All-Star appearance, and his 2nd, technically his 3rd, but his 2nd season playing for the Philadelphia 76ers. In the reserves, Jimmy Butler of the Minnesota Timberwolves, his 4th All-Star appearance. Draymond Green, Golden State Warriors, his 3rd All-Star appearance. And he's a part of the 4 Warriors that are a part of the All-Star team. They got that stacked team. They are just filled with All-Stars. But Al Horford of the Boston Celtics, his 5th All-Star appearance. Damian Lillard, aka Dame Dollar of the Portland Trailblazers, his third year of being an All-Star. Kyle Lowry of the Toronto Raptors, his fourth year of being an All-Star. And, or not last, Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors, his fourth year. And last, but certainly not least, Karl Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves is his first season of being an All-Star. And looking at the rosters, my prediction, now this would have been a gimme if his players weren't injured, like his star players, Kristaps Porzingis and DeMarcus Cousins, along with John Wall, Kevin Love. That would have been a stacked team, but sadly, they're injured, and it's going to be a close game, but I still think Team LeBron has the advantage. I mean, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, and LeBron, that's an unstoppable starting lineup. And his bench, I like his bench over Team Steph's bench. But yeah, I'm going to have to go with Team LeBron. Let us know who you think will win. We hope you enjoyed this video. A little longer because we're telling you all about All-Star Weekend, and I hope everybody enjoys the All-Star festivities. I know I will. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Go check out our Twitter at TWS_podcast. Go check out our brand new Facebook. The link will be in the description. So, thank you for watching. Take care.